Welcome to Session 1 of System Reset, a 10-minute dialogue to reboot your routines and optimize your inner mechanisms. Today, we'll be covering the first step of the 3-step process. Pause, diagnose, and reload. Over the coming weeks, we will dive deep into the other steps, ensuring that you fully master the art of resetting your system. But today, let's begin with the foundational step. Pause, mentor. Imagine, for a moment, that you are a beautifully complex machine. Thousands of moving parts, gears interlocked, wires carrying energy, sensors picking up signals from the world. Now imagine what happens when dust builds up in the gears, when some wires cross, when the system hasn't been recalibrated for too long. Seeker, it slows down. It starts glitching, doesn't it? Like when my phone lags or a computer freezes. Mentor. Exactly. And humans are no different. We run on routines, feedback loops, and internal programs. When those programs become cluttered or outdated, when the routines aren't serving us, the system stalls. We need a reset. Seeker. But unlike machines, we don't exactly have a power button to restart. How do I actually reset myself? Mentor. We do have one, it's just not physical. The human reset system is made of awareness, intention, and action. Think of it like entering maintenance mode. First, you shut down unnecessary operations. Second, you run diagnostics. Third, you reload the core program. That's how we reset routines and optimize inner mechanisms. Seeker. Okay, so what's step 1? Shutting down unnecessary operations. Mentor? Step 1 is pause. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to stop, to halt the constant spinning of your gears? Seeker? Honestly, I don't remember. Even when I stop, I'm scrolling or worrying or planning. Mentor. That's not pausing. That's switching programs. True pause is silence, like hitting the emergency stop button. It could be 5 minutes of just breathing, or one evening without screens. The pause creates the space for recalibration. Seeker. So it's like clearing RAM on a computer, freeing up working memory. Mentor? Precisely. Without pause, every process runs in the background until the system overheats. Seeker. Okay, pause. Makes sense. What's step 2, the diagnostics? Mentor. Diagnostics means observation, without judgment. Imagine a system scan. You ask, what routines am I running? Which ones are consuming too much energy? Which ones are outdated? Which ones are actually efficient? Seeker. So like checking Task Manager on a computer, seeing which apps are draining the battery? Mentor. Exactly. Except in your life, the apps are your habits, your thought patterns, your emotional loops. For example, maybe you run the check notifications every 5 minutes program. That's like a background app, constantly draining energy. Seeker, I know that one too well. It eats up hours. Mentor. Or maybe there's an old startup program like the belief that you must say yes to every request. It launches automatically whenever someone asks something of you. That program was useful once, maybe when you wanted approval, but now it drains your battery. Seeker. So how do I uninstall it? Mentor. Step 3 though, reload. But before we go there, diagnostics also requires identifying which programs you want to keep. Not every habit is harmful. Some are like antivirus software, protecting your system, morning exercise, journaling, calling a loved one. Those are energy-efficient programs. Seeker. So, diagnostics isn't about deleting everything. It's about choosing. Mentor. Exactly. Selective maintenance. Now, step 3. Reload the core program. This is where you intentionally install new routines that align with your upgraded self. Seeker. Like updating software to the latest version. Mentor. Yes! but with one important difference. You are both the engineer and the user. You get to decide what the latest version looks like. Seeker, that feels empowering, but also a little overwhelming. How do I know what to reload? Mentor, start small. Think of your system as having core functions: energy, focus, emotion, connection. Choose one function to upgrade. For example, energy. Ask, what's one new routine that consistently recharges my battery? It could be a 10-minute walk every morning. That's the new code. Seeker! So instead of trying to fix everything, I pick one gear to clean and oil. Mentor? Precisely. Maintenance is iterative. Resetting is not about perfection. It's about alignment. Seeker! And what if the old programs keep trying to reinstall themselves? Like the habit of checking notifications, or the belief that I'm not productive unless I'm busy. Mentor! Then you build firewalls. In human terms, boundaries. For example, you might disable notifications or set a rule. Phone stays outside the bedroom, or you might create a mantra. Rest is productive. Boundaries act like code that blocks malware. Seeker, I like that. A mental firewall. Mentor? Exactly. And here's the deeper truth. Every reset starts with identity. If you see yourself as a broken machine, you'll keep patching. But if you see yourself as an evolving system, you'll keep upgrading. Seeker, that's a big shift. From I'm broken to I'm upgrading. Mentor. Yes! And that shift changes the way you engage with every reset. Now, let's walk through a guided reset together. Seeker. Okay, I'm ready. Mentor. Close your eyes. Imagine your internal machine. See the gears, the circuits, the control panel. First, hit the pause button. Notice the silence as the machine halts. Pause for 30 seconds of breathing. Now, run diagnostics. Scan your system. Ask, which routines are serving me? Which are draining me? Picture the list appearing on your control panel. Pause for 1 minute. Next, choose one new core program to install. Maybe it's 10 minutes of movement each morning. Picture dragging it into your operating system. Feel it locking into place. Pause. Finally, activate your firewall. Choose one, boundary like shutting down screens 30 minutes before bed. Picture it as a shield around your system. Pause. And now, reboot. Picture the machine powering back on brighter, smoother, optimized. Seeker. Wow. I actually felt lighter. Like I deleted some background apps and reinstalled something I actually want. Mentor. That's the power of reset. It doesn't take hours or massive effort. It takes intention, clarity, and repetition. Seeker. But I guess one reset isn't enough. Mentor. Correct? Just like machines need regular maintenance, so do we. That's why this series exists. Each session will reset one part of the system routines, beliefs, focus, emotions, connection until your entire mechanism runs in harmony. Seeker! That sounds like upgrading my operating system piece by piece. Mentor! Exactly! And each reset makes the next one easier. By the end, you won't just feel reset. Seeker! I like that. Mentor! So, here's your assignment before our next session. Run a daily 5-minute reset. Pause. Run diagnostics. Install one micro upgrade. Activate one firewall. Reboot. That's it. Seeker. Simple enough, but powerful. Mentor. And that's the secret of every great machine. It doesn't run on complexity. It runs on elegant, repeatable functions. And so do you. Seeker! Thank you for reminding me that I'm not broken, I'm just due for a reset. Mentor. Exactly. Welcome to your reset system. The upgrade has already begun.